I'm Genesis. Today, we're gonna be making one of my absolutely favorite desserts ever. I think it might be my favorite dessert ever. Just a classic cheesecake. I don't make these very often because I'm lactose intolerant, but I'm willing to suffer for a good cheesecake. I love a good cheesecake. I'll link the recipe I'm using. I really don't think you can go wrong with a cheesecake. They are fairly simple, but they just take a lot of time. So I suggest doing this either in the morning or the day before if you want it for a specific day. I'm so excited. I always say I'm excited, but genuinely, cheesecake is my favorite thing ever, so we're gonna try our best to decorate the cake as well. For this recipe, I believe the only special piece of equipment you might need is a springform pan. With these springform pans, it just makes it easier to get the cake out. I think I've said everything. I think I've said too much. Let's get started on cheesecake. Pro tip from a mediocre baker, but when you microwave your butter to melt it down, I learned this from my mom, by the way, so shout out to my mom. You're gonna get a damp paper towel and just loosely cover this so that if your butter explodes in the microwave, it doesn't get everywhere, it just hits the paper towel. Thank you, Mom. So now you're gonna add in all your ingredients to make the crust. I'm not pouring in all of the butter completely because I accidentally melted the entire bar. And I like to add a little bit of cinnamon to my crust. This recipe doesn't include it, but I always add it in just for a little something extra, a little fun, you know, spice it up a little bit. That was Jen. A little dramatic. With a spatula in a bowl, we're just gonna mix it all together. And this is how I check if it's done, just me personally, is I'll get the bowl and press, and if it stays like that, if it holds its shape, that means it's ready and ready to put into our tin. I take our 1 cup measurement and I use that to press down the crust. Try to get it as even as possible. Once it's pretty even, you're gonna wanna start pressing a little bit harder as to form a wall around the side. So this looks pretty good to me. So now you're supposed to wrap the base in aluminum foil, but I can't find any. It'll be fine. I'm gonna bake this without the aluminum foil at 350 for 8 to 10 minutes. While our crust is baking, we're gonna start on the cheesecake filling. It's also very important that your ingredients are at room temperature or else when you mix it, the consistency is going to be very clumpy and it's really hard to break that down in the oven as it's baking. I don't like my cheesecake super sweet, so I'm not going to add the whole cup. I'm just going to add half a cup.
I moved the camera.
David! First, we're going to cream together the cream cheese blocks and the sugar. Now we're gonna mix in the sour cream and vanilla. Now we're gonna add in 1 egg at a time. Where was I? Where does the salt go? Am I confused?
Do you have a recipe?
Yeah, I'm looking at a recipe.
Salt after.
What did they tell me to take salt out for? Oh, it was supposed to go in the crust.
Whatever.
Well,
No, we forgot.
that's not gonna happen. After mixing in 1 egg at a time, this is what your consistency should look like. Not too thick and not too runny. Now we're gonna bake this in the oven at 300 for 60 to 70 minutes. I'm gonna do the aluminum foil, but I'm not gonna do the water bath because I don't really care if it cracks on top. But if you care about it aesthetically, then by all means, do the water bath. If your cheesecake is browning too much, but still liquid in the middle, cover it with a piece of tin foil and put it back in. So I just took my cheesecake out. It was in the oven for about 75 minutes, which is normal because everyone's oven is different. I'm gonna let it cool at room temperature for about an hour, and then I'm gonna put it in my fridge for as long as possible. I recommend chilling your cheesecake in the fridge for minimum 3 hours. The best option would be overnight, but I understand that cheesecake is the best thing, and you cannot wait another day, because I feel the same. So, as you saw, my cheesecake has cracks in it, it's brown on top. I personally don't care. That's why I didn't do the water bath. With the water bath, it prevents the cracking and everything, but it's literally gonna be eaten mostly by me and then my family. So, next update will be the fridge update. So this is our cheesecake about an hour after taking it out. It's nice and dense, which is good. As you can see, it kind of fell a little bit. It always expands in the oven and then it falls when it's cool. So I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator for as long as possible. It's 3:18 right now, so maybe I'm gonna aim for 6 hours. So I will see you much, much later.
cheesecake salió bien, pero ahorita como...
It is many, many hours later. Our cheesecake is chilled. She looks good. Let's try. Ah! So good. It hits. This hits. It's so good. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. Hope you try. Hope you love. Kisses.